Cool. Event number 37. Today we have also a little bit the challenge that I need to have my voice filling the room and the audio doesn't support me. So if you don't hear me, please let me know and I will try to speak even a little bit louder. Yeah, this is from our last time we have been here, which was last year. So it's our traditional place where we start the new season, meanwhile. I think it's the fourth time.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, awesome. It's great to have such supporters for the C++ community. And this is Atlas Copco, if you don't know where you are. We will hear a little bit about Atlas Copco in a moment. First, my usual intro notes, but I just wait until this is on. So anyone has some C++ news? No? None? Nobody of you has any news? CPP cast is back, the podcast. That's nice, that happened over Christmas. Yeah. We will soon get the new compiler flag, which is awesome. This one is the N number. So if you open this link in your browser, you will get the PDF of the C++ standard, because the C++ standard is a PDF. It's just that what it is. And you can read it. It will have a draft label, but what ISO publishes is done the same document, just a draft removed. And now you have this document. It's about 2,000 pages. You don't need to complain about long Swedish evenings. You have something to do. What else you can do is look at this CPP reference and find out what your compiler already supports and play with this and prepare lightning talks for us. That they say, hey, there is this one thing in C++ 23, it's this, it's called that, and it's worked like this. And then you have talks that you can submit and you can stand here, which is awesome. So please do this. Yeah, one more news. SwedenCpp is back. So what is SwedenCpp? There is a little bit of history. So when I started this group, I took over the name SwedenCpp. Then Gothenburg had a group, and then was for a short time someone in Malmö, and I said, okay, we cannot be SwedenCpp, so we're labeled to StockholmCpp. But international, it's still SwedenCpp used, so the relabeling was not that successful. Also, people I talked to use SwedenCpp a lot. So what we have now is, actually this is SwedenCpp at the moment. Two cities, Gothenburg and Stockholm, in one Meetup Pro group, which is awesome because we have now about 2,000 members in both cities. And I can show, so this is the group. We have here a little bit statistics. This is the groups that are joined. And we have now again back the possibility to show sponsors here on the Meetup page, also on the app. And network sponsors will be shown on both sites. So yeah, and this is nice. I like it. Because SwedenCpp so far has always been a hobby of mine, right? It is now the 7th year, which is pretty many years. And it was intense, time difficult sometimes, but also beautiful. This is why it's still going on. But I'm a developer. We have this, what we do now, pretty time, and COVID changed some things, right? And I need to develop things. So what is the next step? I don't want to go in the conference business, because I want to keep this as we have open, like a conference distributed over time and space, various locations, open for everyone, not several hundred euros for a ticket, and then being 3 days locked into a hotel or something like this. More like this, but how to proceed with this. So SwedenCpp-Pro is at the moment an idea and a little bit of a dream. So what is this? So there will be a SwedenCpp-Pro sponsor group. In Stockholm, I can limit this to, let's say, about 4 companies. And these companies, they will have a meetup guaranteed where we speak. And what happens then in between these 4 events, this will be other stuff. And I've already talked with some companies. Someone said, I set the price, and someone said, oh, that's nothing, it's not a problem, so it's very expensive. But we have more requests for meetups than I can run meetups. So how shall I sort this out in future, right? And with this money, I could maybe also put together and bring one time in the year someone from abroad, that we have speakers from outside of Stockholm, which is then also an interesting option. And yeah, so the basic idea was that it started with, okay, I got about 30 grants this month from YouTube, which gives me the domain hosting for SwedenCpp domain. And then I say, oh, well, something is self-sustainable. So, and the next thing is the SwedenCpp-Pro member stuff, where I'm not sure exactly how to make this, but we have, of course, active members in the group, long-time members. They give presentations, right? That sets them apart from other developers. This is definitely something you should have on your CV. Right? There's a person who cares about knowledge sharing, learning in the spare time. This is something additional, right? But we have also our ISO committee. I don't know if you know this, but since last year we have a Swedish mirror of ISO, what is the name? SC22. Is the whole group, and this is the Swedish DK611, and AG 9 is WG21. So where we have a Swedish local mirror for the ISO committee, where we have a few members, and we have something like a paper club where we discuss several things. But the idea is also, this ISO stuff, it's not very accessible. You can only access it through a company. But the SwedenCpp, we have some members, right? But we can have the communication about papers, about ideas in a group, and you don't need to be a member of a company that sends you to ISO to participate in this discussion if you're interested. So this is the basic idea, that it democratizes a little bit the access to the mailing list, to the contents, early review of idea what's going on there. Yeah, but we will see what this is going on. Arvid is today, unfortunately, not here. He is fuzzing binaries. He thinks this is exciting. But he and we have been invited to talk somewhere, and Arvid donated the fee, and I also, for the SwedenCpp. So I have 1 year now where I capture the Meetup Pro costs. And yeah, I have 1 year to figure out how to do this. And we will, pretty sure, get a third city into the network. Yeah. So this is the scale. I will think about this, how this shall work out during 23. Open for us ideas and feedback. So if you have any ideas, let me know. And I'm very much open for contributions. Okay, so now what's going on in Stockholm? So in Mars, we will be at an awesome location, but it is, again, a small location. We have never been there. It has just about 30 seats. Some will be of the stuff from there. So it will be a limited edition. Then we will have a pre-summer event. Then we have an after-summer event, something in the September, October, autumn, and maybe one late autumn event. So this is my planning. Then maybe some things come again and say, hey, I need to talk at this conference, can I make a rehearsal? Then we might have stress again to set something up. But this is basically the plan at the moment. I will come up with more details as soon as I know them. Call for papers. Yeah, submit your ideas and suggestions, also what you want to hear. Because maybe you say, hey, I would like to hear about this. Someone else can say, hey, that's easy. I never thought someone would be interested in this. I can present this. Because, you know, we are a community from the community for the community. And without community members standing here, it's hard to have a program, right? And we don't want to have this situation, right? Who wants events like this? Yeah? You don't? Yeah, who wants events like this, right? And who wants to participate at events like this? Yeah. So please, the current pool of speakers is, compared to pre-pandemic, really, really concerning. We had much more dynamic and pre-pandemic, where people were much more active and so on. So and it's awesome. Let's come here and try out standing here. It's cool. So we have the call for participation. But it's not just giving talks. The meetup has various roles, right? I'm already here 1 hour, building up the video recording and so on. Here we have a little bit of backup help and so on. This is awesome. But there are very many roles. What could be done to help make these meetups more smooth and more enjoyable for everyone. Welcoming people. Making this C++ news section. I asked who wants to do a news section every meetup we have, right? Come here and just present 2-3 news from the last 6 weeks or so from the C++ community. You don't need to figure out a talk title or so. It's given. Okay, and that's already from me. This is the program today. I will later have a little bit of kind of a lightning talk, maybe 2 minutes longer. Then we will have the mingle part, hopefully very long, and then we have better with programming with concepts. And now I will pass to Laban, who will tell us about Atlas Copco a little bit.
Thank you, Harald. So, first of all, a warm welcome, everyone. Happy to have you here. And something about safety here when we are in the mine. There are 4 guides here in the room tonight. We have Maria, Björn, and Morten in case of fire. Very much hope it won't happen, but just so everyone knows. And a little bit information on what we do here at Atlas Copco in Sickla. We're working in industrial technique, and we are developing nut runners mostly for the industry, for the ensemble industry in different segments. And they could have very different shape, the matter of what the demands are. We are about 200 developers, and I think roughly more than half of them are working with C++ today. So that's why we are interested to have the meetup here, to spread the knowledge, and think this is a very good initiative. And a bit about our customers. It's a very wide range of customers. They have the windmill powers where we have bolts this size, and we have like cell phones. You know, you have small gold screws that's really tiny. So we, developing tools and controllers for all of these times. And then we have the management system and everything around it. So that's about what we are doing. I hope you enjoy the talks tonight, and thank you for coming.